Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live. Lisa, Lydia, Scott here. Lydia's voice is back. That's a good point. Scott just pointed that out right before we started. Oh, yeah, wait. Okay,
I'd say it's about 75%. We're getting there.
Mostly there. I want to remind you, of course, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning. It goes on your Facebook feed. You can watch it anytime throughout the day. We make it into a podcast, inforum.com/podcast. Look for the Inforum Minute. You can also find us on our Inforum YouTube channel, of course, live on air every weekday morning on WDAY from 5 to 7 a.m. So 2 hours plus all during GMA. You're giving us the weather update. So I maybe spoke too soon. You lost your voice, though, completely last week.
It was gone. I mean, it was down to a whisper on Friday morning. I was like pushing to get anything out. It was just sound. I had my son homesick too, so all three of us were home on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. We've had a lot of together time.
Family bonding.
Yeah, and Axel wanted a lot of books on Friday, which is so sweet, but I was like, I can't even really talk. And I mean, he doesn't want Dad to read them. No. He only wants Mom to read them. So yeah, it was an adventure, but we're coming around. We're getting there. It's getting better. Yeah, it went downhill real fast during the show on Thursday. So yeah. Anyways, as for weather, our temperatures are going downhill. We're starting to tumble into Turkey Day, back closer to kind of what you would expect for November, back into the 20s by Thanksgiving Day. We were spoiled with 50s to near 60 over the weekend. We're doing what I like to call decade jumping, where we're losing about 10 degrees each day. Too bad we're not gaining 10 degrees each day. So we're decade falling, I guess, not decade jumping. Near 60 over the weekend, near 50 today, near 40 both Tuesday and Wednesday, and then near 30 or even sub 30 on Thursday. Some off and on rain today, not a big moisture maker. It's not going to like downpour on you all day long, but just kind of that gloomy, damp feel will be around. Just enough to turn on the windshield wipers from time to time. More sun for tomorrow, but colder and breezy. We'll keep it breezy on Wednesday and then just kind of feel that colder air for Thanksgiving. No big travel concerns. I don't have a huge snowstorm or ice or really anything that's going to impede your travel plans. So roads look good to go into Thanksgiving. Next chance of snow we have is like Sunday, Monday with a few flurries. So yeah, no big deal. If you were hoping to get out of going to your Thanksgiving plan, sorry. Sometimes I get funny emails like that, like, oh, please tell me it's going to be a snowstorm because I don't want to go to my in-laws or something like that, you know? No. I get those funny emails sometimes and I'm like, oh, sorry. Everything looks good to go. You're going to have to come up with a different excuse. It's not going to be the weather. So everything looks good this time. One Thanksgiving I had not that long ago, we had bad freezing fog. So leading up to Thanksgiving, everything looked fine because we were like, oh, we don't see any snowstorms, blah, blah, blah. And then as we got closer, we started to have fog every night and temps below freezing. And that led to a lot of freezing fog and slippery roads. It was actually probably the scariest fog I've ever drove through. So we'll watch for anything to change and let you know if there's anything that pops up. But for now, everything looks great. Yeah, not worried about travel.
To be honest, when I got up and I was backing my car out of the garage, the vehicles in the driveway were all wet. And I thought, is that freezing rain?
Ice,
you know? It looked like ice. And then I was like, the temperature was so nice.
It was 48 when I drove here this morning. So I did the same thing. I was like, oh, no. The temp looks good, so what
it is November 20th.
I know, So I took the roundabout a little slower just to kind of, test the waters, test it out, and it was fine. Yeah, temp was 48 when I got here, so not worried about slick roads today, just a little bit of that kind of cold fall rain. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's
all.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. All right, well, we had breaking news for you this morning. We're still working to find out a little more information on an overnight hit and run. We have confirmed it happened in Waubun, Minnesota, and we're told that a suspect has been arrested. We are working to find out if there were any serious injuries, who was hurt in those injuries. So stay with us. It's a story that we're tracking for you this morning.
Right now, we're working to learn if anyone will face charges after 3 13-year-old girls had to be hospitalized because of a car crash that happened near Lidgerwood, North Dakota. The Highway Patrol says the car went off the road into a field before hitting the embankment. That accident is still under investigation.
Starting today, more than 50 local schools will be working together to help fight hunger in the Fargo-Moorhead area with this year's Fill the Dome event. You can drop off donations at the Fargo Dome starting right now. They're taking donations all day today and again tomorrow as well.
All right, this morning we are working to learn if a memorial will be taking place for Emerado Fire Chief Brent Nestall. Sad news over the weekend. His untimely passing was announced on Facebook. Nestall joined the department back in 2009, became the chief in 2016. He was just 46 years old.
too young. Tributes are pouring in from across the nation after the passing of former First Lady Rosalind Carter. She passed away over the weekend at her home in Georgia. She was battling dementia, 96 years old. She will be buried on Wednesday.
All right, FCS playoffs right around the corner. NDSU and UND both set to host home playoff games this weekend. Big games, of course. Winner go home. The Bison will take on Drake in the first round of the playoffs on Saturday. That game's at 2:30. And then UND will host Sacramento State at the Alara Center. That game starts at noon.
And Hot Mike with Dom Izzo coming up here in less than an hour from 9 to 11. You know Dom's going to have a full breakdown of the playoff brackets, plus talking a bit about the Vikings winning streak ending. What went wrong last night in Denver?
The better team won. That's right. You got the Broncos tie on this morning. You can see those logos right there. So I enjoyed the game last night.
I didn't notice the little Broncos on there until earlier. I knew it was orange and blue, but
right there.
Serious Broncos fan. So he thinks nothing went wrong.
I woke up to 74 new messages this morning from my brother, my dad, and then storm tracker meteorologist Dylan Vogt, who's probably cried himself to sleep.
Like a good rivalry.
Yeah, well, anyway, you can watch Hot Mike with Dom Izzo from 9 to 11 this morning on WDAY Extra, Inforum.com.
And now's a great time to get that Inforum.com subscription, maybe even gift it. We're coming up on, it's Thanksgiving week, you're giving gifts, Black Friday. What do you get the person who has everything? A subscription to Inforum.com.
There you go.
99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to Inforum.com/subscribe to check it out.
Yeah, and then remember, join us on air for our newscast the rest of the day. Our next one's at 11 o'clock, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back with First News tomorrow morning from 5 to 7.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.